What's up? What's up? How y'all feeling? Y'all feeling good? All right, all right. But this feel
Welcome,
like
welcome, welcome.
this feel like a church banquet almost right now.
Yeah, you will be familiar with that.
For sure. Yeah.
You'll be familiar with that. It does kind of feel like, especially with the tables and the chairs,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
and the family. I feel like this family for me.
Straight up.
Uh, how you doing? Welcome.
I'm good, man. I'm doing real good. Feeling
Yeah.
real good. Yep.
Travels was good.
You know, Chattanooga is. I can almost walk to Chattanooga from Atlanta, so easy ride. You know.
Yeah,
real
yeah,
easy.
for sure. Once you get past that traffic,
For sure.
yeah, get up here. But to get started, you are a military kid, right? You grew up traveling a little bit. They say you were born in Germany,
Born in Germany. Yep. Frankfurt, Germany.
Frankfurt, Germany.
Yep.
Do you know Beethoven was from Germany?
So I know Beethoven is from Germany. He was a German composer, but I never paid that any attention till later on in my career. I never even put two and two together.
Yeah.
I ain't even really. A friend of mine gave me my name Zaytoven. I was
Yeah.
just making beats for him, playing the piano. He was like, "Man, you play the piano so good. You like Beethoven. I'm gonna call you Zaytoven."
Yeah.
And I didn't even use it right when he said that. It was like 2 years later when I started using the name Zaytoven. But I never put together that Beethoven is from Germany. I was born in Germany. It's just that's why I feel like it's definitely a destiny of mine. It's like some God put together already. It was
Yeah.
preordained because
Yeah.
like that, how you can't even
You
make
can't
that
even
up.
make
Like how
that-
you
yeah,
can't,
for
you
real.
can't put that together. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
I believe in that. Like I believe in names and believe in words and things being spoken up into you, and you kind of living it out. So I think that's dope. So being a military kid, you traveled a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you landed in the South, right, from Germany.
So we was moving every 3 years.
Yeah.
We went to North Carolina, Columbus, Georgia, went to Mississippi, Jackson and Grenada, Mississippi. Then we moved to San Diego, California, then San Francisco, California.
Yeah.
Then my dad decided to retire and he moved to Atlanta.
Okay.
So I was all over the place.
So where did you start? Where did you start making music at?
So I started doing music, playing the piano and stuff at church, drums and piano at church while I was in Mississippi. So that was Grenada, Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi. And when you're in Mississippi, there's really nothing else to do.
Yeah.
I'm at church. I got a church family. So my dad's a preacher, my mom's a choir director. So that means I'm in church 4 days out
All
of the
the
week.
time. Yeah.
If you're a kid, in Mississippi, at church all day, there's nothing else to do. So what else you gonna do? You gonna learn to play some instruments or do something at church. So that's when I really started picking up music.
Do you feel like that's a reason why you love instrumentation so much in your production? It's like
For sure. I feel like that's what drives me to want to make music is,
Yeah.
just from, I still play the organ at church on Sunday. So just having that musical background makes me continue want to make music. So that's why it's so easy for me to get up and make beats all day, every day, because, that's what I do.
Yeah. Did moving around ever bother you? Like, did it ever make it hard for you to make friends or build relationships, or were you did it kind of build your character up in that kind of way?
It was both. Like when we move, of course, I don't want to leave my friends. I got, I done built a relationship with all these people that I'm hanging around every day. But at the same time, I always like to have a fresh new start, to meet new people, get a different scenery going on, doing something new. So it definitely helped shape who I am and, how I move and even my production style. I think I've been moving so much that I end up liking this music when I was in this place. I like this music when I was in that place, and it all kind of like gumbo together and turn into, Zaytoven.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about, did you kind of pull from these different places?
I think I pulled from it without even knowing.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, I didn't even know. I listen to my music now and like, man, I didn't even know how much I was influenced by this or influenced by that. until I started listening to the music that I make. Like, oh snap, my music kind of identifies with this over here. So
Yeah. When did you first start kind of taking it serious, like getting into the production for real?
I seriously wanted to make beats when I was in San Francisco.
Okay.
That's when I first started making beats. But I never looked at it as in this is what I want to do as a career. This is what I want to do, to pay my bills later on. I just did it because I loved doing it. It was just so much fun to make a beat, rap on it, let my brother rap on it, let whoever around rap on it, and put it on a cassette tape and walk around with my radio and listen to it.
Cassette tape. Y'all know what that is?
Yeah, y'all too young for cassette tape.
I feel like y'all don't know what cassette tapes in here.
Y'all young people in here, they don't know about no cassette tape.
I used to record on a cassette tape. You know what
That's
I
how
mean?
you dub. You put the cassette tape in, you record your first verse, and if you want to do ad-libs, you got to take that tape, put it on this side, then overdub on this side.
Yep.
Y'all don't know about that.
All that work. They just used to clicking buttons.
Yeah.
And it's right there. So when you moved to the Bay, is that where you got your nickname?
The Zaytoven?
Mm-hmm.
So when I was in the Bay, when I was in the South, everybody called me Zay. Mm-hmm. When I moved to California, everybody called me Zave, like Z-A-V. Straight up, like there's Zave. So my first producer name was Zaytoven. I don't know why I named myself Zaytoven. I don't even know where that came from. It was just Zaytoven. And that's what, if you go back and look at the first projects I ever produced on, like JT the Bigger Figure or those type of albums, that was my producer name, Zaytoven. Yeah. But it was a guy from the Bay. Like I said, I was making beats for him. His name was Forrest. And he'll just pay me, just like, Jay, come make me some beats, whatever you feel like. And of course, I'm making beats with a lot of piano in it. And that's when he was like, man, you play that piano good. You like Beethoven. I should call you Zaytoven. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. But I'm still in the Bay. I'm still using Zaytoven. I didn't use Zaytoven until I moved to Atlanta. Yeah. So I got that name probably in 98, but I ain't used it about 2001. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you feel like being in the Bay, because I feel like that's an interesting connection, production-wise, as far as like Bay Area and Atlanta. Do you feel like that plays an influence on some of your beats as well?
For sure.
Because when you say that, I never really thought about it until when you say that now. And now I feel it.
The Bay has its own style, its own sound of music. Yeah. And a lot of it was just like underground sound of music. They called it mob music. And it was more like Atlanta trap music. Yeah. They don't sound the same, but it almost comes across the same. It's like our own personal music that we do. Mm-hmm. So, I think my style is a mix between that and trap music.
Yeah, I feel like trap is a certain area. Yeah. And then Bay is a certain area. So that's cool that it's like a connection there. Because when you hear trap, you know where it's coming from.
Yes, sir.
So when you hear Bay Area music, you know where it's coming from as well.
Nah, for sure.
So when you moved to Atlanta, I read that you were a barber as well, and you was cutting hair. I feel like every producer cut hair. Is that a thing?
Is there another producer? I don't know no producer that cut hair.
Maybe I know two of my homies that produce, and they both cut hair. So maybe that's just a personal thing. But
anybody to me that's in music, they either play sports, they did something like cutting hair.
They do other things.
They do other things for sure.
Yeah. Can you speak to like that entrepreneurship, that spirit you got, where it comes from?
I was just a guy that always hustled and got my own, Yeah. Like I said, I was a musician early, so one of my things was I was finding different churches to play at. Yeah. Somebody might need a wedding to be played at. Somebody need a funeral to play at. I was just using my gift that's how I was making money. So when I got to the Bay, it really showed me how to be independent, how to just sell, this how you get out here, sell you some beats. Get out here and you playing at churches too. Oh, and you can work on offloading these trucks if you want to do that too. Like I was just doing almost everything just to hustle and make some money. Yeah. I was cutting everybody hair. I've done this back when it was $5. $5 haircut. The $5 gonna get you a Nike sign in the back of your head.
Yeah.
I'm getting you the Nike. I put the Nike sign back there for the $5. So, but that's was part of my hustle, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed just making my own. Like even when I went to barber school, my parents didn't have to pay for me to go to barber school. I didn't have to get financial aid. It's just me hustling my own money, paying for, paying for it. So, and I enjoyed that, and I still do. I enjoy just.
You still cut?
Man, I still enjoy.
You still doing $5 cuts?
Bro, it took me forever. I ain't $5 no more. I ain't $5 no more. Well, you know what? But to be honest with you though, everything is free now. Like when I cut hair now, it's just for the love of doing it. So I'm cutting my son hair. I'm cutting his friends' hair.
Yeah.
Cutting my dad hair, my uncle, my brothers. And I shouldn't tell my son that because he let all his friends come over. Hey, what's the name? Need a haircut? Like, hey, bro, I can't keep cutting everybody's hair, for no money now.
My dad cut my hair. He never really let me have anything outside the cut he wanted me to have. You do your son like that?
Well, no. See, my son got long hair now.
Oh yeah.
And he tell me what to do. I want the line to be. I want you. I was like, bro, come on now. So.
Yeah. So when you was being a barber in Atlanta, is that how you met like rappers or certain artists?
I met a lot of people through the barbershop.
Yeah.
A lot of people still know me from, man, Zay used to cut my hair, or they know me for being at this only cut at one shop my whole time cutting hair, and that was at Stonecrest Mall. And bro, I couldn't leave the barbershop. I enjoyed the atmosphere and being there and just being around people. You know, in the barbershop, you don't do nothing but talk and Joan all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just that atmosphere. I loved it. Bro, my song was #1 with Usher, and I'm cutting hair in the barbershop, you know. And people asking me like, bro, why are you still here? I didn't really want to leave. Like, I enjoyed being there. Like, I felt like making beats was fun. It was pleasurable. I did that as a hobby there. Even though I'm making more money, my first $100,000 check came from Usher, but I was cutting hair in the barbershop at the same time. And it was just like I wanted to be there. And I felt like I didn't know the future of this music stuff. It's so many people that get on and have a big song or be popular, but then 2 years down the road, they're not popular no more.
Yeah.
They're not making the same money they was. So I was like, let me keep my steady job, keep my same routine and until I just have to get moved out the barbershop. So
So I would say, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, that you are the godfather of trap music. For many reasons. One reason being you kind of broke the trap artist legends, Gucci, Migos, OJ the Juice Man. Do you ever sit back and think about like that being a part of your impact on the music, or you just kind of working and going?
It's crazy, bro. When people say that, it's crazy that people look at me like that because I didn't come from Atlanta.
Yeah.
People was talking about trapping in Atlanta. I didn't even know what that was. I don't even know what that means. Like, what does that mean? Like, trapping? I don't know what that is. I remember T.I. had an album called Trap Music. Jeezy was talking about trapping. I'm coming from the Bay Area. We don't know nothing about no trap. But I got with Gucci, and the sound that me and him created together ended up becoming the sound of trap music.
Yeah.
Like, that ended up being like, that's what trap music sound like.
Yeah.
You know, and it's been mimicked all the way till this day. The same music that we was doing all those years ago is almost the most popular music right now. If you listen to all the songs that be blowing up on TikTok or these young artists using Zaytoven type beats or the sound,
I mean,
it's like it's the sound right now.
Yeah, I mean,
I never in my life would imagine what I was doing in the basement back in the day to be as impactful as it is still to this day.
Yeah.
But, you know, me being somebody that be in church a lot, it was a prophetess by the name of Diane Palmer. I remember her coming to me and saying, like, your music is going to be, like, great over the nations or something like that. This before I really became a producer. And I thought she was talking about me playing, you know, the keys at church and all that. And I'm like, bro, I'm okay. I ain't really that good. I ain't know what she was talking about. Yeah. It didn't hit me till a few years later, like, this is what she was talking about. this sound of music is so big all over the world that, I couldn't even imagine it. And that's what she was telling me that, years and years ago. So
You got a lot of like these prophecy steps. So you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
that's
people speaking
straight
life
up.
into you. I even feel like your name getting shouted out so much on music is a part of that. Like I feel like every artist that does a song with you, they shout you out.
And that's big. That's been major for me.
Yeah.
That's something you can't even pay for, man.
Yeah.
It makes your name great. It makes your name mean something. It makes value, make your name valuable. So to me, I believe that it was the way God uses other people to make my name great so I can have some influence to somebody else that's looking up. That want to get in the music business and don't want to be high all the time, don't want to have to do this and that to make it in the music business. It's like Zaytoven, he don't do all that, but he big time. Everybody shout out Zaytoven.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was the reason why people shout me out so much. They don't even know why.
Yeah. It's just that.
Just put it into them to like, you got to shout
do it.
Zaytoven out. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool as hell, actually, that you don't, like, you're so connected to the street music. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But your lifestyle is not that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever like think about that in a deeper way, as far as like a conflict, or you feel like, man, I'm this music that I'm producing is allowing certain things, but this is the life I live. I don't do that. I don't come from that.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about that at all?
I always look at that as, and it sounds crazy, but I look at it as like a ministry for me.
Yeah.
I feel like God put me around all the roughest, toughest, craziest guys.
For real.
To be, straight up.
Yeah.
Because when I look at people like, let's say a Gucci man, right? Gucci man was like the boogeyman of the rap industry. Like he can't do no right. Everybody like, man, Gucci crazy. He doing this and that.
I remember back when y'all was like on that grind.
Yeah.
That's when he was in and out
It
of
was
jail.
just, But if you look at him now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You look at the life change of him. I feel like I was part of that influence, if you get what I'm saying. Like Gucci used to brag about my characteristics. This is my producer, Zaytoven. Boy, he don't drink, he don't smoke, he don't cuss, he don't do nothing. That's his introduction to people about me.
That's what's up.
When I look at him now, after he came out of jail, got married on TV, and just look at his lifestyle now, I think that's a testimony of somebody that's just was all the way this way, now he's this way.
Yeah.
And to get that way, you need people around you that's of influence.
Be consistent.
Yeah, so I look at it as a ministry. I feel like a lot of times I could be a light to those people that's really in the streets, or So I always look at it like that.
Sticking to that a little bit, so with your background, you say you still play in the church as well. I know you've done some projects with Lecrae. Have you ever thought about actually doing some traditional gospel, like an album or like a full?
Man, I'm such a fan of gospel music that I don't even feel like I'm good enough to do that.
What?
To be straight up. It's like I love that for what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't even want to mess that up. I do some, some hip hop, some gospel hip hop.
Yeah.
I work with Lecrae, 1K Few. We just started a choir. I just started a choir called Radical Revolution with my buddy 1K Few. And it's hip hop, but it's still choir. But like traditional gospel music that I listen to, man, it's like I feel like I ain't even good enough to do that. I was just on Tasha Cobb's. She's one of the biggest gospel artists to come out. I was just on her last album that just came out.
Yeah.
And I still feel like I don't fit. You know what I mean? It's like,
man,
even though she was happy to have me on there, I was like, man, I just don't feel like I
don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I agree. I would like to see it.
But I do it. I definitely. That's why I got the choirs. Like, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it regardless.
Yeah.
But I don't even want to hear myself. I like to listen to other people.
Yeah, for sure. It seems you're very consistent in your sound. Why do you feel like that's worked for you so well? And do you feel like having that church influence kind of helped you get that way?
I think it helps separate me, from
Yeah.
a lot of other producers.
Yeah.
It helps give me a sound, like it helps give my music a soul. My thing is like I be want when people hear the beats to just feel like, but that feel different. And I know because I can go to the studio, I can work with somebody like a Future that's like the best out there. And I can watch him record and him doing some hard, crazy songs. Then I could pull up to the studio and play some beats. I'm talking about that got like gospel chords in it.
Yeah.
And you can tell he like, bro, this just hit me a whole different type of way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I take pride in that, man. I feel like that's my angle. That's my niche. That's my superpower is to have beats that sound and feel that type of way.
Yeah. I feel like anytime you have your sound, like there's no, even if people mimic you and people have, we know it's coming from Zaytoven. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like, oh, we don't really know who producing that. We know it's either somebody copying you or it's you.
I like that. I like the fact I always wanted to be a producer that had a signature sound. I grew up on loving producers because of what they sound like.
Yeah.
A lot of times now, a producer can produce a lot of big songs and big hits, but you don't even know he did it till somebody say, oh, he the one produced that.
Yeah.
Rather than knowing like, oh, I know who produced that. I can tell by the sound.
Yeah. So speaking of your influence on trap, as we spoke about, you like, the Godfather. Where you see the genre right now? How you feel about it?
As far as trap music,
Yeah.
man, I think music.
It's so big now. You know what I mean? It don't. Other places are taking on some of the sound and stuff like that. So
I feel like it's like the biggest genre. Everybody pulls from trap music.
Yeah.
Whether it's a pop artist, whether it's a country artist, they all pulling from trap music.
Yeah.
So I think it's the biggest genre, but at the same time, it's getting watered down because so many people trying to do it. So I think it's a gift and a curse right now with the trap music, and everybody trying to sound like the trap music. So everybody, jumping on that, trying to be on that same wave.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I feel like it's getting watered down. I only like to listen to the originators.
The original, yeah.
Yeah. So you've done some of your biggest career achievements with Usher, a Chattanooga legend.
That's right. He is from the chat for sure. I forgot.
Yeah. Of course. I know that's kind of like a thing here in chat.
That's a thing. Okay.
But I make sure I say that for sure because he's a legend. Do you feel like? See, I feel like the EP y'all did, that redefined R&B at the time to me.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you feel like you see another project with Usher in the future, or doing some more R&B projects of like kind of like
I
that
want
nature?
to do that so bad.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's waiting on the artist to get back in that mode or feel like that
feel
again.
like doing it.
Cause bro, I feel like that project was just so
Man,
special.
I love that. Yeah, it was, and it kind of came out of nowhere. To be honest with you.
We did that project. I'm talking about like in a week's time. It was like we started working. He was like, man, I want to drop something for my birthday, and his birthday was a month away. So it was like we knocked out songs, and they were so hard, and we like, that's it. Let's just drop it. So, and I feel like, man, we got to do another one. I feel like me and Usher got to do another one.
Man, I love that. Do you have like any connections to Chat?
I mean, come on, Chat is like my backyard. My whole career, I've been in and out of Chattanooga. My first DJ that did all my mixtapes when I first started was DJ Dirty Laundry. He from out here, yeah. So I was come on the Chat. Gucci was here so much.
Yeah.
Back then, so yeah, I definitely got ties to the Chat.
Do you would you ever come back to kind of search out talent, see what's cracking in the music round?
Man, for sure. Maybe we should do something like that. Maybe we should do some type of showcase out here.
Yes, sir.
Straight up.
Yes, sir.
Cause there's so much talent around, bro.
It's hella talent here.
I know it is.
I know I'm supposed to say that because I'm from here. I know how that is, but
I know it is.
It's some talent here. So I think
we need to set that up. Let's put it together.
Let's put it together.
Straight up.
For sure. One thing I think you get a lot of credit for, at least that I see, is that you do well with connecting with younger producers. Um, can you speak to kind of how like you are active about reaching back and making sure that younger generation is kind of getting brought up and learning the business and learning the techniques and all that?
Man, if you notice, my whole career comes from the next guy coming up or up and coming artists or producers.
Yeah.
My career doesn't come from me working with Usher or Beyonce or Jay-Z or all these big time artists. I never been placed on their albums. Anytime you heard of Zaytoven, it's because the new artist, Young Fresh, blowing up. Oh, he worked with Zaytoven.
Yeah,
Oh,
facts, you
Migos
right.
coming up. Oh, he worked with Zaytoven. They worked with Zaytoven. Oh, Dolph, he the new guy coming up. Oh, Zaytoven did his beat. Or
Yeah.
so, even with producers, when you see like a Mike Will or a Metro or something, or a Sunny Digital, they might shout me out in an interview like, man, I was at Zaytoven house and we, it's me letting all these guys come in, and I don't know who gonna be the next big thing. If I feel like somebody got talent and they dope, yeah, you
Yeah.
can come around. Yeah, I'm gonna work with you. Cause I
Yeah.
don't know, you might be the next person to blow up and you help me get to the next
You
level.
know what's crazy? I remember I saw an interview say this, and I know it's not. I know it's not true now. But you said when you first heard Future, you didn't like him,
Yeah,
and I felt the same way. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah.
And then over time, you still open the door and work with
Still
him,
work with him.
and now y'all got classics together. You said Beast Mode 2 is your favorite.
That's my favorite, yeah. Well, Beast Mode 1 and 2 is like
I was about to ask because
same
we
to
need
me.
to talk about the differences because I don't know.
It's
You know
like
what I mean?
they the same to me, bro.
Yeah.
They just as good. And when I say that, people don't understand. When I say like at first, I didn't know how big Future was gonna be.
I think you was a part of that.
Huh?
Because I think he was a part of that growth of how big he was. Because when he went to you, he did Monster, Beast Mode, and all those together, and he started working with you in the Metro and all that.
Yeah.
I think that's when he kind of like took off.
But let me say this: I did a song on Future first mixtape called 1000. That's his first mixtape ever. So it went from there. Then he did Dirty Sprite, and I did songs on there. He wasn't my favorite at the time, only because I'm working with Gucci Man and Rocco, and these guys at my house every day. These guys who I'm building, OJ, these guys is who I'm working with all the time. So I'm not paying everybody else that much attention at this time. When Dirty Sprite came out, that's when I heard Future, in a different light. Like, hold on. This boy
Yeah.
taking over everything.
Yeah,
So now I'm listening to it a little different.
yeah.
So, and even from there, he got better and better till it's like, bro, he the best out there.
Man,
Ain't nobody better than him.
Crazy now.
Yeah. But just because I didn't really see the future don't mean I stopped working with him. I'm still going to work with him. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. It's like this stuff I can't say I know. When Nicki Minaj was coming to my mama's basement, I didn't know she was going to be the biggest female artist ever.
Yeah.
I'm almost irritated at the time, like, Brian, she taking too long to record this verse. Like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
If I would have knew she finna be the, you know what I mean? I'd have been like, nah, we take however much time you need to take. Take
however
your
long
time.
you need.
That just goes to show, as a producer, most times you don't know.
Yeah. Facts.
You can't tell who gonna be the next star, but you still got to be open to say, well, you know what? I might not like this as much right now, but I'm still gonna give it a chance. I'm still gonna work with you because
Yeah.
you
I
might
feel like at least for me, out of all the artists you worked at, I like Future and you the best as far as your chemistry.
Sure.
Do you have anybody out? I know Gucci's your man's, but outside of that, do you have any artists that you have enjoyed working with the most and maybe even the least? You know what I mean?
I enjoy working with Migos.
Yeah.
That was a time.
Yeah.
Like Migos gave me a whole new life at music. Like they was the rebirth of Zaytoven. Like
Absolutely.
with Versace and all the stuff that they was doing, I was working with them. They gave me a whole new life. Dolph was definitely a real personal favorite. Young Scooter
think
was
that
a
was
personal
referred to,
favorite.
yeah.
Chief Keef is like a personal favorite.
I was about to say, I think Chief Keef, y'all connection don't get talked
Man,
about
it's like
enough.
And all these guys, it's so many. Juice, OJ, the Juice man.
Yeah.
That's a they special connections. Even guys like Young Ralph, Young LA, like these are guys that I was working with when I was coming up that helped shape the sound that I have to this day. So when I work with these guys, it's special. So everybody I work with, bro, that I do projects with, is a pleasure. And now what's so crazy is my biggest pleasure in working with an artist now is my son.
Yeah.
Like that's like my favorite person to work with right now.
Is he producing?
He produced, no, but he's an artist as
Oh, he's
well.
an artist. Okay.
Bro, when I
Alright.
say I'm at the house, like, bro, what in the world? How this dude is doing this?
I mean, well, I don't know why you're surprised.
But you know how this stuff is. I've been in the music game.
I mean,
and
I
I
feel
done,
you.
and I done produced with the greats. I done
Yeah,
worked
yeah.
with the greats. And you know how you can, some people, they sound good, this and that, and there's other people like, bro, he got it.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
so, so now it's like, that's my favorite artist to work with right
That's
now.
dope.
Yeah.
I appreciate you speaking about your son. I was talking to my son about you today, and
Mm-hmm.
he wanted me to let you know 31 days is
31 days.
Yeah, he's 8. Of
That
course,
might have
I'm
been my
playing.
favorite off of Beast Mode too.
I was
That's
man,
that. 31, yeah.
I'll
31
let him
days.
know you said that. So unfortunately, you've worked with some artists that we've lost suddenly or too early.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any artist that you can think of that you wish, like, man, I wish they were still here. We would do this project together.
Every last one of them.
Yeah,
Scooter for sure.
yeah.
Scooter and Bankroll
I was about to say
might have been
Bankroll.
the closest to me, cause these are guys that they at my house every day, but it ain't got nothing to do with music. They might
they
be
just
eating
kicking
dinner
it.
with the family.
Yeah.
They might go with me down to Columbus, Georgia, to my grandma's house. They ride with me, or
that's what's
just
up.
hang. They might come to choir rehearsal with me, cause they in the car with me. It's like I'm gonna ride with you.
That's what's up.
Scooter is a guy that every time he see my kids, no matter when they can catch him at the grocery store, wherever they see him at, he gonna pull out all the money in his pocket and give it to him. He been like that ever since, my kids were born. So, him and Bankroll are definitely, I think, were the closest to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking Bankroll earlier.
For sure, man, Bankroll like
When
a
I got
real
that
little brother,
question,
like
I was like,
straight
man,
up.
I wish we would have got that.
Every day, Bankroll is, with me. So,
Yeah. What's the fastest you've ever made a beat?
bro, I don't think I timed it, but I think it's something on the internet where I made the beat in like 4 minutes. It was a challenge called On the Clock.
Yeah.
And we did a whole song. I was working with this artist named Young Pinch out of LA. So I made him the beat, but it was like 4 minutes.
How many? If you could guess, how many beats you've got?
I can't even guess, bro. It's just
Do you
hard
keep your
drive
Do you
on
keep
hard
your
drive.
beats in like? Cause my homies that keep their beats, they keep them in folders and they put random names on it. And
Oh, I
then,
do.
and then they come back and I'll be like, can I get that beat? And they forget what folder it's in.
What's
'Cause
so
they-
crazy is, bro, a lot of beats, when they say I need that beat, I know exactly what beat they talking about. And
Yeah.
I done made a whole lot of beats.
Yeah.
Because most of the time as a producer, you make a lot of beats, but certain ones stand out.
Mm-hmm.
And when they call about that beat, it's like, oh, I know which one you talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm very organized. I can go to any beat I ever made. I can go to any session, any Gucci song, any song that I produce. I go to my house and pull it right up, and it's all in folders.
Do artists like prefer getting a pack, getting a Zaytoven pack, or do they prefer like coming to the studio and working with you?
It's either or.
Yeah.
Certain artists.
What
like,
do you prefer?
It depends on the artist.
Yeah.
Like somebody like Future, he don't want to sit there and watch me make the beat. It's like they pull up whatever beat, and I'm gonna rap on them. Gucci, it's like I can have the hardest beats in the world sitting right here on my computer. He don't want to hear them. I want you to make the beat from scratch. I'm talking about every song. Can you just make it, bro? I know them beats is hard, but can you just make it from scratch? So, and I like both. I like to give out beats I've been making at home, and then I like just being spontaneous and pull up to the studio and making a beat right there in front of everybody.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. All right. So coming from the mixtape era, which is the era I grew up in, and why I hold you so highly, what do you see the differences now with streaming era? Like the challenges of getting music out, making sure, it's getting heard, doing things correctly with the artist versus mixtape era where you kind of just making sure you get music out, making sure it's getting heard. You don't really care how and why.
I think the difference is everything back in the day used to be more personal, like with the mixtapes.
Yeah.
You had to almost make sure you got a street team giving out your mixtapes. Make sure you got posters up around the city. You got to show up to the club. You got to, go mess with the DJs. You got to do all that. You got to do the personal stuff.
Yeah.
Everything now is through the internet. You ain't got to do. You ain't got to touch. You ain't really got to meet nobody. You ain't got to talk to nobody. You can just put out your music, and there's so much music coming out now that it just get lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
So even if you good, you're not really touching the people. So it's like it might not even get heard how it need to.
Yeah.
Back in the day, the mixtape days was.
Yeah, you had to touch.
We coming to Chattanooga. We finna come out here and do like a club run. We finna make sure our street team out here. We finna give out some CDs.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
But do you think those days can get back to that? Do you think that like
technology? It's probably gonna get worse.
Yeah.
Technology making it now, man. People gonna be able to make the beat on their phone, record the vocals, and then upload it to whatever platform it is.
Yeah.
I think music is definitely losing its value now because it's so easy to make and it's so easy to put out. So music now is just almost a business card. It's like, I do music, but this is what I really do.
Yeah, I got this other thing.
Yeah.
I do feel like now you've got to be doing other things outside of music. You can't just focus on the music and that be what is your career. You know what I mean? You got to do other things.
It's sad it's like that, but that's because now everybody that's blowing up, like even on like TikTok and all that, they was cooking fries at McDonald's yesterday, but they made a little hit when they went home, and it's like he the hottest thing going right now.
Yeah.
So he ain't put in no extra work. He ain't been recording for years. He just like, I just wanted to try something. And now you got the biggest song going.
So how you feel about? I feel like that's happening, like these these pop TikTok songs. But I do feel like we are in an era of like older artists creating good projects. How do you feel about that? How you feel about hip hop and it's like this age dilemma? Because sometimes you hear like it's a young man's sport, but then you seeing like the older artists. I mean, even the big names like Drake, they're older. You know what I mean? They're not young. So how you feel about that?
Well, it just goes to show the quality and the time and effort that was put into the music when the older artist was popping. People still like that. People still like the older music more than they like the new music.
I know I do.
I mean, come on, you'll go to a concert off of older artists before you go, off a new artist. Yeah. And for us coming up, probably the music that our parents listened to, we thought it was old and wasn't all that good. You don't realize how good it was till you get older. Like, oh no, that was the real deal. What they was listening to back in the day.
Yeah.
So I think that's just how it is, man. That music, it took more to make. It took more effort. It took more talent. You had to be talented.
And I feel like that's not to say new artists aren't as talented, because there are some.
Yeah.
But I do feel like the older artists are talented. They kind of been through the things, so they are able to create a project that kind of lasts
for
a year, 2 years, where they don't have to be putting out music all the time. Every 2-3 months, and they got to be putting out albums. So, I wanted to get your opinion on that. Also, you kind of a big part of this as far as one rapper, one producer projects. Those have kind of made a comeback a little bit as well. How you feel about that, and do you see yourself kind of getting back in that a little bit more? I know you still kind of do it, but
I mean I feel like that's when you listen to music now. I know for me, when I listen to music, I'm either riding, I'm driving somewhere, I'm putting some clothes on, getting dressed, or so it's like a mood I want to be in. So if I want to be in a Usher mood, but kind of trapped out type Usher, I'm gonna put on the Zaytoven Usher album because it gives me that.
Yeah.
I don't want to put on the album and then it's like Zaytoven did #1, then this other producer did #2. It was a pop song on #3, and then it's like I ain't in the mood to hear all that. I just want to hear this.
Yeah.
So and I think people are getting back to that. They want to hear some.
Yeah, I think smaller projects.
Smaller projects.
I think when you do like one producer, one rapper, singer, they're smaller, and that makes it people like it more. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? It's more
it's a
conducive.
vibe. That's the vibe I'm on. That's what I want to listen to. That type, that style of music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so, uh, how do you deal with like staying grounded and kind of staying? Because I will speak to, now that I've actually spoken to you for a little bit here, you're very humble, and I appreciate that. And I feel like a lot of people appreciate that. How do you, what do you do, and what are some of the methods you do to kind of stay within yourself in such a big industry?
Well, one of the main reasons is, like I say, I'm still at church at least twice a week. So going to church and being in that atmosphere, listening to a preacher, listening to the words, it definitely keeps you grounded and keeps you humble.
Yeah.
It's just certain things that be said and that convicts you. Certain people that's not doing as well, people that's less fortunate or going through other things, it definitely brings you back down to be appreciative of where you are and what you have.
Yeah.
So that always humbled me. I feel like it's such a blessing to be where I'm at and what I have and all that. Because I know a lot of people that's better than me. That's probably, I know they play the keyboard or organ better than me. I know they got more musical talent than me. Some of them might work harder than me, but they not in the position that I'm in. So I don't take that for granted.
Yeah.
So that keeps me humble. And then I gotta, I'm a family man. So, having a wife and kids, man, that keeps you definitely grounded.
Absolutely. Yeah.
One of my biggest enjoyments is going to my son's basketball game or my daughter's volleyball game or things of that nature. That stuff keeps you grounded.
Man.
So and I never really strayed away from that.
I think I agree with fatherhood grounding you for sure.
Yeah.
Just kind of bring you back down to life a little bit, and because like even the stresses or things that's going around, I do that with my son. And like once I get with him, life slows down.
Slow down.
You know what I mean? And you're dad. You're not whatever it is. He's been out with me before, and even locally, and then somebody come up and be like, "What's up, Iggy?" And he'll kind of look at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but it's cool to kind of like come back down to earth and be like, get back to dad with him. So I appreciate you speaking to that.
I'm really Xavier. Like, people know me as Zaytoven, the producer, but it's like I'm more Xavier than I am Zaytoven.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying. I like to do the regular stuff
Yeah.
more than all the other stuff.
What advice would you give upcoming rappers or young producers on how to get their music heard, but also stay within themselves musically?
I think that's the biggest thing is staying with themselves and creating their own wave and sound. I think what's watering the game down now is everybody want to sound like somebody else. They want to mimic everything they see or what they hear because they want to get on. People instantly want to be on now.
Yeah.
They don't want to take the artist development and say, okay, I'm gonna use my sound, I'm gonna work, do the music I like to do for 2 years and let that grow on people, and then end up being this big artist.
Yeah.
People are like, well, I want to get me a beat that sound like that, and I'm gonna sound like I want a Zaytoven beat. I'm gonna rap like Future, and I'm gonna try to get on.
Yeah.
Like I want to get on right now. I don't want to wait 2 years. I don't want to do all the other stuff. So, I think identity is definitely missing in the game, and we just need that. We need more unique artists and producers.
Yeah. All right, so before we wrap it up, I got 2 fan questions that I want to ask you. The first one, the Mount Rushmore of trap producers.
Trap producers.
Yes, sir. Who's your Mount Rushmore? That's 4 spots. I've got mine. I don't know if you want to hear mine, but I've got
trap producers. I'm trying to think who I call a trap producer. I guess I have to say, dang, bro, that's hard to say. I wonder what's trap, cause I hear somebody say Southside.
Yeah.
Like Southside
He's
is
in my-
super
he's in
hard,
mine.
but I don't know if that's considered really trap in a way. Like to
Yeah.
me, like Southside Metro it's not really trap music. Mike Will, it's not really trap music to me.
Yeah.
Like they got their own, it's something else.
Okay.
Like trap music to me is like Shawty Red, Drama Boy,
Okay.
you know, like
Okay.
that's like trap music to me.
Okay. Okay.
But if you want to, you know, if we
Nah,
throwing those guys
that's
in there,
it's your mouth. Right?
yeah, I know. But I'm saying if we throwing those guys in there, I gotta say Metro, I gotta say Mike Will, I gotta say Shawty Red. I gotta say Shawty. Man, come on. What kind of question is this, bro?
Not bad, bro. Listen, this is mine. I give you mine.
Yeah, give me yours, man. Don't do that.
Zaytoven,
Okay.
Metro, Southside, and Wheezy. That's mine.
And Wheezy. See, that's what I'm saying. There's so many like
but
guys like Wheezy.
But I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's been a fluidity within trap music where it's kind of like changed, kind of stayed the same and changed a little bit. It's
changed
got
up.
more of global. It's got more poppy.
Yeah, it has.
So the Shawty Red roots, it's kind of gotten away from.
Yeah.
I feel you.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Cause you gotta say Toomp if you gonna say, you
Yeah.
know, oh, you got to go. It's too many, bro. You gotta Mount Rushmore. They gotta change that, bro. We need more people than 4 people.
All right, my bad. All right, so this one might be a little easier or harder. Top 5 of your favorite or best produced songs. I've got mine.
Songs.
Yeah.
Bro, that's just as hard. Like, let me go projects.
Okay, I'll give you that. All right.
Beast Mode 1, Beast Mode 2, Usher A,
All right. Oh, yep.
Zaytoven.
Okay.
Somebody else help me out, bro. Scooter jugging on Zay Street. But man, yeah, me and Scooter got like 3 tapes though. Yeah, let me go Scooter jugging on Zay Street.
Okay.
Wait a minute, hold on, wait, hold on. Cause I got Gucci. Hold on, me and Gucci.
Yeah,
hold
you let some Gucci off, huh?
Hold on, man. Golly, bro. You gotta make some other questions, bro. These are wrong questions. Nah, straight up, bro. You need some more questions. We can't do that.
All right, so I'll give you my top 5
give me
produced
yours.
songs, and then we'll wrap it up. So my top 5 Zaytoven is Peacoat, Too Much Sauce, First Day Out, 31 Days, and then I got Preach and Blood on the Money Tide.
Okay.
That's my top 5.
I could go with that. First Day Out, definitely my favorite Gucci song.
Mine too.
Forever
I'm
Ever
starting
might be
on my day.
No. Where I'm from, where I come from would be my favorite Future song.
You said which one?
Where I come from.
Okay.
That might be my favorite Future song. My favorite Dolph song might be. Nah, it's not Preach. Man, too many songs, bro. Let's go to something else because it's too many songs.
Man.
Which one? Yeah, it's too much, bro. It's too much.
I ain't mean to that's
Man,
I'm a fan. I get to talk to you. I got to know what you think. You know?
I'm about to have a brain aneurysm up here trying to figure this stuff out.
Well, I want to say for me and everybody with Chattanooga Hip Hop Summit. Oh, we doing Q&A? Okay. 3 questions. All right,
all
we'll
good.
do
Come on.
Q&A. Anybody got questions for Mr. Zaytoven, the legend up here? Who got questions? You got one? All right.
Hey, good night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm from Jamaica, so it's going to be a little accent. Have you ever worked with a Caribbean artist? Or would you ever work with a Caribbean artist?
I definitely would. I'm trying to think, have I worked with I worked with 2 guys, but they were like independent. I don't think you would know who they are. I need to work with some Caribbean artists for sure.
I want to see you work with some Bay Area artists too a little bit more.
Some Bay Area?
Yeah.
I'd love to. I did a whole project called 415 because that's the area code down there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What's up? My name is Daniel. I'm a producer, engineer. I'm 17. I live in the area. I've been recording the audio for this as well, so I've been engineering this event. But my question for you is, given how long you've been in the industry, what's the characteristic that you've seen among yourself and other producers that you've worked with for a long time that has shown longevity? Like, what's a characteristic that shows longevity?
That shows longevity is consistency. One thing about this music stuff, it's so many people that get inconsistent. They got the fire for it. They want to do it. They're excited for it. Then when it don't move as fast as they want to move, then they leave it alone, go away from it. Then try to come back to it and be excited about it again. I think consistency is the key. Not just in music, but anything. Even when it's not looking good, even when it's not promising, is to keep doing it, keep shooting those shots every day until that time comes. So I think if you love music, if you love doing music, you should be doing it regardless if you're getting paid. You got to make time to do it. And I believe, if it's in God's will, your shot will come, for sure. And you look like you're going to be a super producer, bro, straight up. I ain't going to lie. No, I could believe that, bro. He just looked like it. You like you gonna be a star, straight up.
Hey, how you doing, Zaytoven?
What's up, young brother?
I got a question for you. Knowing that you played at Scooter's funeral, and you deal with a lot of artists that recently passed away, some young, some old, how do you deal with that, the deaths of these artists, with you being so close to them? I got a two-part question. How do you deal with those deaths of those artists? And then what do you look for unique, what is the unique aspect in an artist where you say, I really want to work with that person, with something special, that artist that you've seen throughout the period of your history, of your career?
Okay. How I deal with the deaths, I mean, of course it's heartbreaking, bro. It's definitely heartbreaking because these guys would be close and they be friends. And I just be hoping and wishing that they would do something different, in their life. That's why I try to be an example for the people around me. So it's like, okay, maybe I can chill like how Zaytoven chill. Most of the people that I know that died that's close to me, they died from getting shot or tragic deaths. So I always just be thankful for the time that I had with these people, and realize how much they brought to me and helped me in my career. So it's definitely be tough, with the people I lost. And you asked me, what am I looking for as far as a unique? I'm going to be honest with you. Like the guy that just came up and asked me about, the producers and all that, it's that uniqueness, it's that look, it's that style, that's the new thing. Those are the guys that you look up and like, man, that's the biggest guy in the game right now. And that's what I be looking for, something that's, all the time I'm not looking for a guy that got on gold chains and he got the dreads and he just looked like the type of music I make. It's the other stuff where they confident in who they are and how they look and how they, how they music sound, they style of music. To me, those are guys that's gonna be the superstars of the future. Yeah, that's what I look for.
What up, Zay?
What's up?
Hey, I'm just coming with this kind of fan question. So I always wanted to know, how did the Dolph Preach come about, knowing like that same beat is the D4L, I'm the Man?
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to know, like, did D4L, did they lease the beat, and then you kind of revamped it like years ago, and then Dolph just took it to another place, or?
Bro, if you know anything about Zaytoven, I'll make the same beat 1,000 times, really. I'm talking about it's the same beat. I might change a few things, remix it a little bit, or do something different. And then sometimes an artist will rap on the exact same beat that I gave it to this person, but now this person rapping on it. You know what I mean? A lot of times as a producer, I try to tell producers, don't get stuck on just giving this artist this beat, because he might not make a hit to it. But later on, you get the same beat to Versace was a beat I gave to Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy did a song called Oh My God Part 2. It was on the top box of World Star, and it did pretty good. 2 years later, I give the same beat to the Migos. It becomes Versace, and Drake on it. So that just goes to show, like, bro, certain beats that's special, you can't just say, oh, it stops right there. Now somebody else can get this same beat, and that can make me have a #1 song. So, and most of the time with these artists, I'm giving them the beat. They ain't charging them or nothing. I'm like, here, bro, rap on these beats. You know what I mean? So they ain't got no problem when somebody else done rapped on it and they got the biggest song out right now. So, but a lot of times I'll remake. Man, I'm remaking my own beats every day. That's what matter of fact, that's my formula right now. My formula to go home and go through all my old beats, like the Gucci stuff I'm doing. Oh, I need to remake all these because that's the sound everybody wants. So just re-rocking. That's all remix.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. Put a little rabbit food in there.
Any other questions? Last question.
Yeah, I want to say, what is your advice for older producers trying to get back in the game?
I always would say try to get with younger artists. I'm an older producer. I know I look like I'm 17, but you know what I mean? But I'm older. I've been in the game for, my first big song was 2004. And I ain't trying to tell y'all how old I am, but you know, I've been in the game for a minute. So the only reason I done been around for this long is I always work with the new guys, the young guys. Let them give me some insight. Let them make my beat sound new. So, you know, I think that's the key to us older producers is giving the younger artists the beats. And you'll be surprised how the young guys want those beats. They looking for something with some season, you know, that got a different feel and sound to it. They don't just want all these young producer beats. Sometimes they want, you know, older sounding beats. So that would be my advice. Straight up, yes sir.
How you doing, Zaytoven?
What up?
My name is Milestone. I have a question. So, what are your thoughts about the future of AI?
Boy, that's tricky right there. It's so tricky, bro, because I'm a musician, and, you know, before you have to come to me to get this certain sound or certain thing. AI can do what I can do 10 times better and 10 times faster. And it's just like, bro, I don't know how this is even legal that y'all doing this. Bro, you can make a whole song now. I'm talking about the AI make your whole song for you, and you can put it out. Like, you ain't got to be no rapper, you ain't got to be no producer. You can just tell AI what to do, and it's going to do it. So I don't like it far as the aspect of music. I like the fact that maybe, say if I play some piano chords, I can give it to AI, and it can change it around, switch it up, you know, just to spark some ideas or add flavor. But as far as people now using it to almost replace people, I don't like that aspect of it. And that's what it looks like it's starting to do. It's starting to replace the producer. It's starting to replace the rapper. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that.
That's not getting rough.
Yeah, it's getting crazy. I like AI as a tool, but
As a tool, that's
but
it.
not as the full thing. Well, on behalf of Chattanooga Hip Hop Summit and myself, Iggy, thank you for coming.
Thank y'all, man. Appreciate it.
Enjoyed the conversation.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, it's nice
That's
to meet
what's
you.
up. Appreciate it.